Hello and welcome. Today I'm finally going to be talking about Arcane. Yes, finally! I love this show, alright? This isn't going to be a review. There's so much to talk about this show. I just don't have the time. One day I'm going to do a proper review of something. Other than that, I'm just going to keep rambling on about random shit, alright? But let's talk about it. Listen, this show is probably the best show of 2021 as a whole. I have no doubt in my mind it is. It's also probably the best show on Netflix by a fucking country mile. All right, that's I can't even be debated. There's no way that Arcane is not the best show on Netflix. Netflix has a lot of shows. All right, most of them are bad. Netflix, so Arcane is the best. Trust me. And this is really no exaggeration at all, people. This show is amazing. It has everything you want. God, characters, animation, art style, writing. It's got it all. They're all 9s out of 10. It's all done like almost nearly perfectly. All right. I can't give it a. There are some things to nitpick about. Of course, nothing's perfect, but this is some top tier godlike show, all right? And I'll be honest. I haven't seen a show like this been put together with so much love and passion and detail uh for the work, for just the character models and like the way they move and like the character interactions. I haven't seen a show like that in a long time, and I watch a lot of anime. Okay, I watch too much anime, and lately everything's been so fucking mediocre that Arcane is just more anime than all this anime. It's a breath of fresh air, really. It, and I believe that like the only studio that could come close to this was Ufotable. If you've heard of Ufotable, you know that they've done the Fate Moon and Fate Zero and Blade Works, Unlimited Blade Works, and Demon Slayer. I'm sure if you've watched anime or if you've probably heard of Demon Slayer. That is top tier animation for like the anime community. It really is. That's like the best of the best. Arcane blows that shit out of the water. It's not even close. Uh, I mean, it's good. It's just not up to that level. It's like a whole new level of that Netflix kind of created here. The showrunners that created this show, they've just like they redid everything. They changed the game, guys. They changed it. And I still like Ufotable, but I mean, it just can't compare now. CG animation has just made leaps and bounds. At least for the people that made this show. I don't understand because I've watched a lot of anime with really awful CG animation and art. X-Arm comes to mind. That's just dog shit below dog shit. But I don't know what happened. Who are the people that made this? Who made this show? How much time did it take to do this? Did it take like a decade? Probably more, just to get all this stuff out. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Uh, the animation. Let's just go through it right now. It's beautiful. It's the best animation I've ever seen. Honestly, the attention to detail on like character faces and the attention to detail in backgrounds and particle effects, people's clothes, the way it moves with the environment around it. It's fucking unbelievable. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And okay, let's talk about the characters too. This is you'll like if you won't care that much for animation, um, which is fine. You don't like cartoons, whatever. The characters in the show are brilliantly executed. They all have their own motivations. Even the characters that like fight or supported characters, they're all brilliant too. They're not like so important to the story, but they all have their own sense of justice or honor, or they have their own minds. They think for themselves. What I'm trying to say is that they're factors in this show as well. Like they're their own actors. They move things. It's like the real world. People do things and they actions create consequences. That kind of thing. It's really awesome. Just watching it all come together. It's executed so wonderfully. And you know what? Let's go back. I should really be talking about the plot first. I'll just give a slight little synopsis. The show first came out. The first 3 episodes, which is the first act, it's basically the prequel to the prequel. Well, if you didn't know, like if you've never seen Arcane, actually, before I get into the plot, this is a League of Legends prequel show. I'm not sure how canon it is to the characters, but I'm pretty sure it's like 100% canon. I don't know why it wouldn't be. But so if you're worried about like never playing League of Legends, don't worry. I've never played League of Legends myself. I'm sorry. I haven't played it. I don't like MOBAs. But you don't need to know anything about it to watch this show. This is its own thing even really. And that's really good. Okay, but let's get into the plot now. The plot's really simple. And the Netflix did a weird thing. They like released the first 3 episodes and then they waited like I don't know 2 weeks for the next three. But that's it. It comes in 3 acts. So we get the first act, second act, third act. The first 3 episodes. The first act, obviously. I'm just gonna talk about that really, just to give you the synopsis. We get our main characters, Vi and Powder, two cheeky little girls. Really, the plot is as simple as this. It's actually really simple. These girls are just trying to survive in the undertown with their friends because it's all they know and it's where they belong basically. And they have their own mentors and things they do, and they're sort of like uh, hooligans. You could put it. They steal shit. They do that. They mean no like real harm. But then like real plot stuff happens. Like factions want to fight each other and gain power like in Undertown and the Overcity, and it's really just an amazing plot because it goes in like so many different directions later on in the show. It might be kind of hard to get invested to it in the beginning as it's like picking up steam, but it starts going in there like real quick, real quick. So basically, the story just flows around with its characters like almost seamlessly. You'll honestly love it. It's so good. The villain of the show is also incredibly based. He's like one of the best villains I've seen in such a long time. His motivations are like, oh god, there's I don't want to say how do I say it? They're like pure in essence of what he wants to do, but he's like, I don't want to spoil anything. Ah, fuck it. Just watch the show, okay? Just watch it. I'm not exaggerating. The show is amazing. It's really super easy to get into. It's not even that long. There's only 9 episodes, I believe. The last episode ends up on a huge cliffhanger, so season 2 is going to be coming. I'm excited. Hopefully it's not terrible. Had a huge great start. Let's not end it in a terrible fiery explosion. Yeah, fucking like Netflix, man. They're so it's so weird. Netflix has this thing where they have this, quote policy where they're like, the meme where they'll just hire anyone and they'll make any story happen. And technically, I kind of like that idea because it gives opportunities for something like Arcane to exist in the world or Bly Manor or something, But then, it, statistically, you should have more bad things than good things. So that makes sense because Netflix has tons of just awful, terrible shows. But every once in a while, we'll get that one diamond in the rough, and that is Arcane. A few other things too. So I'm grateful. Who knows what the show could have been if it wasn't on Netflix? Like if it was Amazon or Hulu, you know, creating the project. How different would it be? What kind of workers would be working on it? Would it be the same? How different would the show be? Would it not be like sort of CG stylized art? Who knows? But I think that's gonna be it. please just go watch this show. It's really good. You won't be disappointed, I promise. I'm so happy it came out too, cause past few years, everything's just, like really dry, just awful shows. Boba Fett, Mandalorian, God, bunch of terrible, mediocre anime with like a few decent seasons, a series every season. God, it's just been so dry out there. So I like talking about shows that are good, not really bad shows, but it's fun to shit on them. But we need some more good shows, and I'm happy this is one of them. But yeah, okay, this is it. You guys have a good day, and see ya.